Hi, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life and welcome back to my channel. This is another process video for Scraptember where we are doing a video a day. So I am in my coffee traveler's notebook right now and I wanted to get caught up on some of my traveler's notebooks. So you will see tons of 12 by 12 layouts, but I want to get caught up on some of my traveler's notebooks, my coffees, my selfies, and all that stuff since I am doing a video a day. This year I am in the Horizon collection from Paige Evans / Pink Paisley. I absolutely love how this turns out. I love how this looks. When it gets done, it is absolutely gorgeous. It fits my coffee journaling book / everything. So this, I think, honestly, I am in my book traveler's notebook and not my coffee one, because they tend to go hand in hand. So my coffee and my Kindle and my coffee and my books they literally go hand in hand. So I think I'm following a sketch in this one. So some of my videos I have videotaped like back in July, and to be really honest, I thought for the most part I do save like the sketch or where I got it from, but I really don't know if I'm following a sketch in this one or if I'm making this up in my head. I can't quite tell you. If I can figure it out and I find this sketch, I'll link it down below. Otherwise, I must have just thought that this looked good. So I am doing up my normal, typical, let's, put a bunch of layering and distress and all of that kind of stuff. With this particular layering piece, I am mostly in the 6x6 paper pad. I'm trying to use up a lot of my scraps for that and make it just work so that you can see that you can use your 6x6 paper pads very well with your traveler's notebooks. I absolutely love how this turns out. I do enjoy doing things like this for my traveler's notebook, bringing in these bright colors with a black and white photo. It just works perfect. Now make sure that you go check out everybody that is on for today. Obviously Laura and Natalie are up every day, and then we have... Let me look on who we have today because I forgot to look. Go figure, Miranda. Who do we got for today? Today is Tracy Racenier. You will see her link and everybody else's link down below, obviously. And I am just now doing up a bunch of layering on this. And I absolutely love how I had to have followed a sketch. There ain't no way I would remember to do all of this. But I don't know what sketch. So when I find the sketch in my Pinterest, I know that it had to have been a 12 by 12 sketch, and I brought it down to a traveler's notebook spread. So if I find it, I'll link it down below. But I promise you, I know that this didn't come up from my head. It had to have been a sketch of some sorts. Let's see here. Now I'm placing everything down, and you will see what I do. Now you'll see that I'm pretty much put this together, and then I will cut it once I get everything laid down. And let's see here. I'm making everything look like I want it to, and I'm just placing down. Now a lot of my layouts that I do, it's a lot of me fussying and tinkering and embellishing a tons. And if I speed this up to like 4 or 5%, like 4 or 5 times, it looks like I'm going super duper fast. But then when I go to like below 4 times, it makes it look like I am just tinkering so much. It's crazy. So I know that I did this one at like a 3.75, and it was still like, I try to keep it under 10 minutes, but this one ended up being around almost 11 minutes, and it drives me nuts because For me, I know that you guys love when I spit it down, but trying to do a voiceover and trying to remember everything that I did, for one. 2, trying to talk. And 3, just to make sure that I remember everything in this 10 minutes. Sometimes it takes a lot for me to remember. But anyway, the photo is the 2 loves that I have outside of, I really have 3 loves in my life. Well, 4. I have to include my husband, because if I forget to include my husband, he may think twice on things. So my husband is 1, and then my second one is obviously my crafting. That's like my major thing, obviously. And then my 3rd and 4th is the love of my coffee and the love of my books. Now, if I don't read, my crafting goes kind of down to crapper. If I do read, my crafting goes up. But if I don't craft, then my reading kind of goes down the tubes. So it's kind of the love. It's not a love-hate relationship, but it's that love to love or hate to hate type of relationship. And I always have to make sure that I do both, because I found that if I don't, my inspiration goes out the window for everything. And then I'm distressing this with my black just to get it so that you can see it just a little bit more distinct when I place this down, because it is on a white background. The picture is of my favorite cup that I have. Well, at the moment anyway, I have gotten a new favorite cup right now that says I'm a crazy pumpkin lady, because I am a crazy pumpkin lady. I have now gotten my first pumpkin spice latte, which was on the 1st of September. I'm doing this voiceover, and this is going up on the 4th. So obviously I have now gotten my first cup. My husband knows, because he sends me a text message not only on my cell phone, but also on Facebook, of wondering if I wanted pumpkin spice latte. So he knows me well, so I have to include him on one of my loves. But also my Kindle, I love my Kindle and I love my books. I love to read. I couldn't even tell you which book I'm reading in this one because I can't see it for the respect of this, but I'm pretty sure it was a good book. And I'm just pretty much now just finishing up the embellishments. I do have a couple of spots where I do my journaling. I do know that when I read, I feel like I'm traveling into that world, and a lot of the genres that I read is very fantasy based. I've always followed the witches, the Salem witch trials. I really love that part of my fantasy when I read. And I also love the sci-fi. Sci-fi is huge for me. We watch a lot of that style of stuff. I read a lot of that. A lot of my TV series stems into those genres, as well as just my everyday life of the kind of the calmer colors and all of that kind of stuff. Now in this one, when I say calmer colors, this doesn't look like it, but it is. So here I go. I'm just cutting it in half because you'll see how I put it into my notebook, into my traveler's notebook. I'm just finishing up things, as well as showing you how I get it into the traveler's notebook. But yeah, so that's kind of like my love for all of this. And really, in retrospect, I always try to have a happy balance. This is my coffee notebook. So this is my coffee traveler's notebook. So I brought my book into my coffee notebook. That's what I did here. So this is how I put it down and make it fit in there, keeping it together. Makes it pretty easy to do. You can do it that way. You can work in your traveler's notebook. I have cut the pieces before and done it that way. Either way works. Make sure that you go check out everybody, and also make sure that all the links are down below. And I will leave you with the still shots are coming up, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.